Hello. 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 Hi. Hello to you all. Today live streaming, I would like to start a new what can I say? A new chapters. I have currently 2 chapters in my channel. That's intuitive sharing, and this one is healing journey. So I just felt inspired by this name, healing journey, at when I was creating the thumbnail. So first of all, welcome to my channel. If you have been here for the first time, my name is Jan, and nice to meet you. Yesterday, I just did a clip about like happy New Year and kind of a reflection of last year. So today, I would like to share one of the tools that has been, what can I say, the biggest helper that has been helping me with the journey that I've been through for 2022. So this will be a short live, but I feel like I want to share this with you anyway. So I'm not sure if any of you have been journaling for let's say consecutive time. I am the one who actually purchased many planners, diary, and journal in the past, and actually never finished a whole year of journaling because I can call myself a perfectionist, and I have to always jot it down every single thing that happened during that day. And for 365 day is tiresome, so I quit and I never finish it. But last year I actually set an intention to myself that I would like to write a diary and actually finish it. So this is the whole diary that I actually finished last year. So it's from Magic of I. I actually found this planner online because I was kind of listening to one YouTuber. She was talking about her astrological planner where there's like moon phases and stuff. And so I think that was very interesting. So I did look out for her product, but I was too late for that, so it was sold out. So I think the universe gave me this one instead, and I received it with love. So this is just the past one, very beautiful. I purchased the white one last year. So in this year, I actually changed a little bit. I'm not sure it's the only one person or they got a team of this creation. So I got the new one in sage. Very pretty. I mean, they say it's a year of fungi. So I'm not sure. I haven't dig into detail just yet, but I would like to just show you how it looked like. So I'm I'm very excited. It just arrived yesterday. So she she also provided stickers. I haven't actually put the old one onto anything just yet because I'm not sure where to put it. So this product actually it came with a very like planet loving material, and one other thing I love about it is actually has a very positive energy coming with it. Like the person who actually created it actually put a lot of love and great intention in creating this planner. So I understand that different people have different intention when they purchase a planner, but a planner to me is more like a companion where I can actually talk to. So I treated planner as a friend. So let's take a look about what it actually looks inside. So I will try to keep it focused as much as possible, but I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out in the camera. Just want to let you know how pretty it is, and I love how the golden and kind of like dingling here. I'm talking too much about the cover, right? So she also has a thank you note. That's very cute, and some of the very important faces that I've been looking for. This time she has provided in the card here. So they had like moon phases, full moon and new moon for every month. I think this is very useful. I think I might keep that in my pocket. I mean, in my purse. Very nice because I always have to, pardon for the noise. I have to always search for like the new moon and the and the full moon because I kind of like feel that my emotions as well currently have been in relation to moon phases. So this time surprisingly I got this one for free in the purchase. It's is a planet loving again small bag because the material itself here is actually very easy to get dirty. The one in white that I purchased last year has got some of the, like dark scratches, but I don't mind. So this one in green actually helped protect it to get dirty not so easy, and the bag would help me as well with the travel when I traveled with this planner. So to start with, when you open it, there's going to be a whole page of, I feel like it's the sea. It's more like a sea of universe to me. You know, you can actually meditate from looking at it. Strangely as it is. And for people who actually never use a planner, especially the one that has astrological aspect and phases. This book actually kind of like a mini textbook for you to understand a beginning, like say beginner material to deep dive into astrology. So I'm still a beginner still, even though I'm very interested in this magic, but I haven't really got fully into the detail. I only know some of the aspect like retrograde, like square, some of that, but I haven't mapped with all the like signs and star itself and how the relationship between each planet when they do different aspect to each other. So all of those information are listed in here. So I think if you are interested in this and put a lot of attention to it, you probably might be able to understand. So I would like to read what's the first messages that she put on the page here. So it says, from the gate of heaven you pour forth into the world. Infused with the four elements, you are incarnated through the 12 seas of stars. So that's the astrological sign. Rippling through space on the great wheel of time, a new soul cycle. As a new year, you carry with you all knowledge. You are always connected to the great mystery. The stars and planets give you a name. Your blueprint is your compass. Time itself is your child. Your creative potential is infinite. The purpose to truly know oneself and see the interconnectedness of all things. Your DNA carries the key to oneness. Your heart is your greatest ally. Love far and wide. Live life to the fullest. In the blink of an eye, the cycle continues. It's very beautiful. It feels like a poem to me. I think it's actually the same one that she put it. Yeah, it's the same one last year. A very great reminder. So from time to time, you might want to revisit the beginning of the book. So in this, I'm not gonna dig a bit too specific into this because actually the main purpose here is to kind of like give you one of the example that I actually myself have been working with journaling, and it helps me to understand me better. But I know some of you that come to this might be interested in to see what planner you would like to purchase, and this could be one of the example. One more thing, this one has been purchased from Australia, so it's gonna take around 14 to 20 days for international delivery, so please expect delay. So there's gonna be a calendar features that she stated quite clearly that the aspect of each date and in correlation with the star is gonna be stated in each date specifically, very detailed. And you can also draw yourself your personal chart, but me myself prefer going through a website. I will put a link below in the description, the one that I used to actually do my natal chart, not the one that fun with drawing natal chart here. And they also provide how you can work with the moon. You know, for the moon, especially for women, but you know, not especially for women, people think that women are feminine side and they are emotional, and emotion and feminine is actually related to the moon. But actually sorry, I used the wrong word. All of us has two sides, like yin yang, feminine, masculine. We all have two aspects in ourselves. And in order for us to live fully and completely and whole, we have to embrace both sides of us, both masculine and feminine side of ourselves. So with the moon, both of us, regardless of genders or preference or anything, we can work with the moon energy and can benefit from its energy. So like if you can kind of imagine of a menstrual cycle, it would be like a moon phases. If when you are, let's say, I'm gonna flip through those moon phases and menstruation. So in here, I'm not sure if you can see it clearly. I might have to check first in the camera. Okay, so here is the moon phases. So actually there are phases of each stages of the menstrual of the period of the women. So each of it alignment with the moon, some might not, but if you have been working with the moon for some time, somehow your period will be around full moon or new moon. Strangely as it is, my period have been kind of like in alignment with the new moon first, and now it has been shifted to full moon, and I will share that later in the other live streaming because it's a very different topic about how you can working in alignment with your period according to the moon and womb, but that would be a different session to share. In brief, so we have 4 stages, which is new moon, first quarter, full moon, and third quarter. So all of this would represent different stages like menstrual, follicular, ovulation, and luteal. And all of this would also link to kind of like weather stages of the feminine side. Like new moon would represent winter, where you would be more chill, reflective, and kind of not moving much. And first quarter would represent spring, where you have kind of start to have energy and you kind of have more dynamic, like a bear coming out of the cave after winter. This third one is full moon, is where summer comes in. You're going out expressive, and also full moon is a great time to shred all of the emotion that you feel like there's no longer serving your purpose at this time. The last stage is autumn, where leaf falls, is the period where you kind of beginning to crawl back and ready to get into winter. And that's the stage where you are being creative because you understand, you get to the source of your emotion, you get the wisdom and learning during the full moon. So this is how, in relation of the moon, menstrual cycles, and kind of the internal season within our body. The thing that we might forget is we are one kind of the nature. I mean, human is one with the nature, even though we kind of forget because we live in a building, and even though summer, spring, winter, rainy or something, we have a place that we can stay safe, the same place, and we might not have to adjust much in our living styles because we create things, we create building, we create lifestyle that makes it feel like weather doesn't matter with us. But animals, trees, flower and stuff, they live according to the weather. They start doing things, they stop doing things. They keep doing things based on the weather. And the weather doesn't go according to anyone's plan. It's just happen. So it's very, very crucial to remind yourself sometimes that you are one with the nature. And the moon is actually one of the nature that is reflecting and giving us time to actually be with ourselves. I'm gonna just flip to with what information they have and provide, and then I will go through the details of what's the heart of the matter that this planner has provided me to my learning. So besides the moon, they will also have a general stuff that a regular planner might have, like general dates, holidays, time zones, and full years, calendars. They also have aspect of like astrological reference guide, what signs it's in, what is quality of each sign, element, what's body part that link with each signs, and also like the mode of each sign, like Aries is cardinal, Taurus is a fixed sign, for example, and also houses and how it represents into each area of our life. You know, there are 12 zodiac signs and also 12 houses. These are differences. I'm not sure how to put into words. Searching in Google possibly better than me for now. I'm not gonna claim expert on this. And there are also planets and what signs rules each planet and what days. For example, like Sunday is sun. This is obvious, right? Monday is moon. Mercury is Wednesday. I think it's a very kind of cute knowledge to me though. And there are also signs and symbols that you can refer back to when you look at each date about astrological like aspect, elements, moods and stuff. But what I find a very interesting things that this planner has provided is, let me go through. There's a lot here, and so that's the reason I feel like the one that has been making this calendar, this planner, has put a lot of heart into making this, and I feel so appreciative of her. So the one that I proudly would like to present to you all is the optimum. My tongue just get tangled. I'm not sure if you can read it. Okay, the camera doesn't love me so much today in focusing things, so I'm gonna read it for you. The Optimum Times Life Guide. So they're gonna be breaking down the energy of each day. Like there's gonna be the days that we have like very intellectual savvy, mental clarity. It depends on the aspect of the stars. So it's like diamond minds. They're gonna be some day that's kind of loving energies, sexy energies coming up. There's gonna be days that it's great to expand your growth, taking chances, making business directions and stuff, or starting new things. And there's gonna be days that you are very intuitive. You're getting inside and you kind of flow in your intuition. And also some days you're gonna be very deep into your emotion. And it's gonna be day where it suggests you to just go with the flow. So these are the energies specifically for each day, but some of the day, like for example the 1st to the 3rd of January, they may have been the same energy due to the planetary movement. It's not gonna change. Some is gonna be one day, some might be more than one day, but it's gonna keep changing during each month and year. So what I'm surprising about that I first find this last year is the energy about dark moon show. Dark moon is new moon because there you cannot see the moon. It's totally dark. And the energy on that day suggests that for you to slowing down to do that inner reflection like a bear. And is lower energy and good time to rest. I am a person who work in corporate companies, and I start to notice myself not being productive all the time. I believe not every person is productive all the time. So I think it takes a great observation and a great self-awareness to notice how you move throughout week, month, or year. What period you feel like you need to slow down, and what period you feel high in your creativity, and what period you feel like you need to step back and do reflection. So sometime when we get really in tune with our self, with our intuition, we'll know what to do at that time to be in line with your energy and the world's energy as well. It's not just you, because you are one with the world, one with the universe. But sometimes I just feel like having the life guide here in daily kind of help me set a theme for the day. One day I kind of like I feel like I don't know what to do, and it says that it's Diamond Mind. Possibly it's a great day to plan or to do something about strategy, because I might have sharper mental clarity. So this is just the example of how this can help you. And as far as I know, it's gonna be energy for every single day. So I think that's a great guide that y'all can take if you're interested. I'm not saying it's a must, but I think it could be a great guidance. So, I said it's gonna be short, but I keep babbling about how I love this one. And this thing about setting intention, it's the 5 most important intention for this year. So this is one of the key goal in manifestation. It's when you kind of set intention and you're letting it go. You can find a lot of detail about manifestation scripting, but I would say do not follow much of what other people say, but instead just follow your instinct and your heart about what you would like to see yourself in. Doesn't have to be particular this year. This year in 2023 or other years that you watch this video, it could be the start of something new, but you plant your seed of intention. Think about when you're planting tree, you put seeds, or you put like let's say like I kind of forgot the word. Just say I put the seeds in the soil and I just water it. Do you expect that tree is gonna grow tomorrow? Or you kind of know that, okay, this is it's gonna be growing into apple tree. I don't know what day. I don't know how it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be tall, short. I don't know what the color of the apple would be. Slightly towards oranges or towards red, or have some slightly bits of yellow. You never know. So it's just like that. You're planting seeds, but you don't know exactly shapes and form it's gonna be, but it's more like your intention. So it can be less or more than 5, but they just give you 5 so you can focus. So I think this is a great one to actually do in the beginning of the year. Especially this year, you may have some scripting on your intention before January 12th. There's a reflection about, I think, the astrological aspect. I'm not sure if I remember correct. I am not sure if I remember it correctly. I think it's Mercury retrograde. You can write it first, and then you can come back later and revisit those intentions. If it still relate to you after January 12th, keep it. You may want to rewrite it later. It depends. And she also provides a section where we, in the session where we can write about what I would like to expand in our soul and being spiritually, and actionable steps. It's going to be covering parts like spirituality, mental, work, love, wealth, social, physical, inspiration. You can I think there's no fixed things about writing when and where, but it feels like when you can inspire to write something in your intention regarding this specific area, you can come and write it. Actionable step is also your choices. It shouldn't be forcing you to do things. Intention are the one that you feel inspired to be, inspired to do. But if you feel like people say that we should exercise 3 times a day, I want to put exercise 3 times a day. Ask yourself again when you put those intention in your mind. Why would you like to exercise 3 times a day, 3 times a week? And why you should, the word should is like a blocking point for the thing that you think you should do, you should be. There is no restriction of that in this sense. When you're putting intention, you can be anything. Be creative, but also be inspired when you write things. You might not need to write the same intention as others, but it has to be related, and it has to kind of like when you write it, you feel in your heart that's the intention for you. You will know it. In each month, there will be a very detailed theme about the period of the full moon, new moon, like the theme for each month, and also reflection for each, and also important astrological transits. So in this area, you can come and visit every time. But I also would like to highlight that the artwork here is very beautiful. So the calendar here for daily scripting, I don't think there's much space because they are packed with astrological aspect and key details that useful for you, but you might not have much space. So more like keeping big things like key dates and key events. But you also have monthly goals, weekly goals, and intention if you prefer to break it down from yearly. And there are weekly weekly intention here for you to write, and also break down weekly by dates for you to journal. So in this part, I would like to say that it's going to be the same, similar patterns for every month, and they will also have separate pages for you to write down about what full moons illuminating you to shed about, what you kind of learning, letting go, what wisdom you're getting from that full moon. And also new moon intention, where we're planting seeds for the next full moon that's going to yield in the next 30 or 28 days. So what I would like to share here about some people might never start journaling, or the way they're journaling is more about journaling what they do in each day. So I would like to give my perspective on how journaling can actually help you. So journaling changed for me. I used to journal, as I say, very detailed and specific in what I do each day, in detail. Like I have to come back and read and know what I've been doing. But I kind of feel inspired to change the way I journaling a bit. So I changed, instead of the activities that I scripting, sometimes I have activity as well. But I focus more on how I feel and what I learned during that day. And journal, one thing that I would like to share to you all, journal is a friend of you, and it's actually, you don't have to look pretty in front of this friend. Journal is a place where it would be great if you feel safe to have this friend of you whenever you open it, and also feel secure to express your feeling. And when you close it, you're not scared of people seeing this ugly side of you that you express in this journal. So I did writing something that I feel ashamed about. I writing something that I feel happy about, appreciative about. I write about things that I feel bad about. I write people names. I'm not saying bad things about them, but I'm reflecting on them, what I learned from them, what things that I also learned from myself during that day. So instead of writing about things I do and changing to writing about things I feel and what I learn, I actually have a weekly. For me, I write it weekly. So I have a weekly time to reflect on what I've been through. Some day it's gonna be a long journal and some day it's gonna be short. And since I'm a perfectionist, as I say, I still have a habit of writing every day. Excuse me. I have a habit of writing it every day, and I'm gonna feel bad if I cannot write it every day. So I think life is throwing me a lesson. So one day I actually travel a whole month without stopping, and I don't even have a single day to reflect and journal. I didn't journal that month, and I got anxious because I have blank pages. So instead, I actually kind of sit still, and I get the answer for myself that I don't have to actually journal every single day. But on the day that I feel like I want to journal, the day that I feel like I want to write my feelings, and the day that I feel like I want to share myself things that I learned and reflecting on the lesson that I've been through. So it's going to be different for all of you. In journaling, there's no fixed things, but it's a great tool to help you understand. So one day I actually look back and read on the old journal, and one thing that I learned when I'm flipping through old pages are that you have been through a lot. I mean, I have been through things that I didn't think I would have been through, and in each other days there are good days, bad days, and bad days, I mean bad feeling, but it's still a good day at the end. I always find at least one thing I feel gratified for in each day, and I actually write it. I appreciate for what. It's kind of like practice in finding the positivity in each day, and to know that every day is actually a good day, but the feeling that you hold and the experience that you have towards what's happening in your life, making it feel bad, making it look bad, but actually good or bad are entirely conceptual. It's good or bad depends on each person. It's going to be good day for some, bad day for some, even though they facing the same experience. So the journal for me, it's not about like writing everything, but writing what I feel like writing. And I'm not sure, you may try, if you feel like to try writing about what you feel in that day, who make you feel in that day. And also very important aspect is from time to time thank yourself in the process. Well, it's a time where you can talk to yourself, and actually it's like looking in a mirror, but you're jotting it down. Some people might jotting it down, some people might talk to yourself in the mirror. It depends on each other preference, and it's totally fine. And this has been a big journey from the beginning of 2022 to the end. I've been journaling the full book, and great reflection every other day. I feel like this is one of the biggest accomplishment that I have committed to my intention to be aware of my feelings, and journal has been a great tool to better understand myself. I mean, I believe it's going to be a tool to help you understand yourself as well if you choose this tool. But for me, it's a tool where I understand and I learn a lot about myself through reflection. I the one moment I just want to share before I end this live streaming. The 1 month that I haven't been journaling, I was like up in the air, and I feel a lot of things, but I cannot put it into description or anything. But when I come back home and I have time to write down things that I'm facing, feeling that have been stirring up in my heart and any other part of my body, I kind of like getting into conclusion about what I've learned. So it's been a great tool for me, and I hope that it's going to be a great tool for any of you as well if this feels inspired to you to do so. And last and very least, at the end of the year there will be a pages where it's kind of like end year review, which I have just done it, and also a seed of intention you would plant for next year, which I just did. Amazing things just happened when excuse me, when I was doing end year review and they asked to revisit 5 most important intention this year and reflect how that unfold. You know what? Some of the intention that I put in the beginning of the year actually manifest throughout the year. I haven't gone back to reread what I write during the year at all. I did it one time at the beginning of the year and I let it go. And at the end of the year, I didn't recognize it, but just at year end, there are situations that I reflect through during this year and realize that some of them has already been manifested into my reality. I don't know, for all of you it's going to be manifesting either good or bad intention, but just this has been helping me to kind of understand better what I attract into my reality, what I attract into my life. So in the end, I highly recommend it. You don't have to buy this specific planner. You don't also need to buy astrological planner if you don't feel like digging this deep into moon phases and astrological aspect. You can just have pen and paper, write dates, write how you feel, what you feel appreciated for each day. That's going to be the same thing. But I just feel like I want to do it with this friend of mine, the Szechuan. But like I say, there's no need. And I hope that this year we all human can feel more oneness with the world and with all that's happening around us. So I said it's going to be short, but now it's long. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a great year. Bye bye.